Good evening, ma'am. My name is Chani Yang from BSBA 3A. So my topic is government subsidies and income support for the poor. So poverty and welfare support in the United States is 39.8 million people live in poverty, and 13.2% of the that is 13.2% of the population. So substandard housing, poor healthcare, limited education, diba? So emphasize how poverty was widespread even in a wealthy country like the US. Point out that poverty affects both cities and rural areas and impacts the quality of life. So that's normal even if dato na country ang gayud yung di gid mawag gihapon niyan. So consequences of poverty. It leads to crime and social unrest. Syempre kay poverty, mag-cause gid yan ng mga crimes, especially sa mga pamilya, di gid maiwasan mag-commit ng crime. It creates more pressure for charity. It is because of poverty. So charity is unpredictable, especially in recessions. So poverty doesn't just hurt individuals, it affects society. Also explain how relying on donations is risky because people give less when the economy is weak. So, in traditional role, churches and charities. So, yung problem is free rider effect nini. People expect others to donate to the charity or the government. So shift toward government responsibility, talk about how citizens and private groups can only do so much. The government stepped in to ensure more reliable help. So government spending during 2008, 13% of federal budget went to support the poor. Move away from entitlement welfare. So, an entitlement program gives benefits automatically if you qualify. So, the US changed that approach to make welfare conditional, not automatic. So, Personal Responsibility and Work Opportunity Act in 1996 ended entitlement welfare. So, gi-introduce niya ang time limits, 5 years max. Focus on work and family structure. So, adi makita yung limited help for non-citizens. So, this law reformed welfare. It promoted personal responsibility and work rather than long-term government support. So, new welfare model. It grants for childcare to support working families. Avoid the welfare trap. Work is equals to less aid. That's the old system. So, new model tried to solve the problem where people lost too much aid when they started working, discouraging them from taking jobs. So, in 2007 to 2009 recession impact, the unemployment hit 10%. More people who needed help. It's $5 billion emergency fund. System is being criticized for being slow and incomplete. So, the recession increased poverty and tested the system. The emergency response wasn't enough for everyone who needed help. So, the economic analysis of welfare programs is redistributing income is equals to aid, diba? The side effects of it are high taxes, reduced work effort, changes in spending behavior, need for balance, diba? Support the poor while encouraging work. So, all programs have cost. Helping the poor can cause economic changes, some positive, some negative. So, economists analyze these effects to improve policy. So, the poverty in the United States, diba? There is this term called poverty threshold. It is the level of the money income below which a household is classified as poor in. So the minimum income level a household needs to be above in order not to be classified as poor. The US government has a formula to define who is poor. It's not just based on a flat number, but on whether the household earn less 3 times what it should cost them to eat a basic healthy diet. This approach comes from the Social Security Administration and assumes that if you can't afford food and twice that amount for other basic needs, you're likely to be struggling. The poverty threshold also adjusts based on how many people live in a home and the age of the household's main provider. For example, older adults have slightly lower threshold because their cost of living may be different. So, the government programs to aid the poor, the basis and the trade-offs. So, the purpose of welfare support is government programs help make sure all people can live at the minimum standard of living. Sometimes the job market fails, people work hard but still don't earn enough to survive, especially families with children. Welfare programs after safety net, diba? To prevent extreme poverty. So, for example, a single parent working a low-wage job might not earn enough to pay food, rent, and childcare. Welfare helps cover the gap. So, what is safety net, diba? Safety net programs include food stamps, Medicaid, housing help, and cash support. These programs protect people from falling into deep poverty. So, they focus on children, elderly people, disabled individuals, people who can't work or earn enough. Some people believe income should be shared equally with equal distribution. Other people should be paid based on their work and skills or their earned income. So let people earn money based on their ability, but also provide minimum income support so no one suffers. So people have different needs and abilities. A person who is disabled may not be able to work full-time, and a child cannot earn income but still needs food, education, and care. So programs must be adjusted to fit real life. So balancing equity and efficiency, the government must make a careful choice how to help the poor, the fairness, the efficiency without harming the economy, giving just enough support to keep people safe, while still encouraging work, education, and responsibility. So, job creation alone is not enough to end poverty. And many people want to work but can't. Example, children, disabled, elderly. So, programs like Supplemental Security Income or SSI help those who are unable to support themselves.